Hi everybody, it's Sarah with House Copper, and today I'm going to actually do just a very simple video, but it's something I've never done before, and it is how to stamp copper with a stamp, whether that's a maker's mark that you've had made, or in my case where I have a whole bunch of orders that require these custom stamps put on them as part of the decor. And there's several different stamp companies. I will list down which one I use. These stamps are made in the USA. They're actually quite quick and they're a great company. I've worked with them many times and I've been really happy with the quality of the stamps, the customer service, and the speed. I'm not getting paid by them. I'm just telling you like what has worked for me. And I'm happy to pass on the business and the rec because it's awesome. So I'm just gonna show you how to do it. And the biggest thing that you need, and this was something my assistant Liz was working on, and she was like, why is this not working and the indentation is so deep? And it's because, depending on the thickness of the copper, you're gonna have a totally different experience with stamping. And also, you do not wanna be doing this on a soft surface unless you're trying to stamp through. So like when I'm doing a punched barn lantern, I want wood, soft wood, on the back side of my sheet of metal because I'm trying to punch through it so that I'm creating a hole. When you are stamping, you do not want to make a hole because your pot or mug will leak. So there is definitely a bit of a tap touch to this. You do want it nice and hard when you stamp it, but you also don't want to go so hard, and then you also want to make sure there's metal underneath this. You like literally like an anvil or some sort of thicker, maybe 3-4 millimeter thick steel plate underneath this to create the backstop so that your stamp does not go through the copper. And you also, just as a preface too, you get one shot. If you screw up, you have ruined your piece unless you can have a stamp that really easily aligns again, but you're still not gonna be spot on. It's just too hard. So you get one hammer stroke to get it right. So it's a lot of checking ahead of time and then stamp and hope. But I'm gonna show you how I do it. This is 16-ounce copper, so it's a little thicker than the stuff that I use in a lot of my builds, but not that it's like the next step thicker. So this is a pretty standard thickness. It's something you can get from, Menards and Home Depot and things. And I'm gonna show you how to stamp on a piece of sheet metal. All right, here's a tinner's anvil. You can do anything as long as it has a flat surface. I actually have a hole here. I don't know if you can see it. So I actually have stamped things and it's gone super deep and created problems with my sheet because there is this like divot from a previous somebody who ruined it. But I'm gonna show you all the different options. So here is my logo. This is actually quite large in diameter and it can create problems when I'm stamping. And the more detailed something is, the more it also creates problems. But let's see, I'm gonna use I will also use a different heaviness of hammer. So for something with this big of a surface area that I'm trying to impress upon the metal, I'm gonna use a 2-pound hammer. This is a much heavier hammer than a ball peen hammer, and it's going to give me the most surface area because again, I get one try. And I'm gonna hold this right here, and I'm going to aim for right in the middle, and I'm gonna hope. So here we go. So there is the logo. It does create a transfer on the back, but this is smooth and soft. There is no burr. There is also no burr here. For something a little bit more detailed, and all your stamps should have something showing what is facing you. So always make sure, or else if like you're doing letters, you're gonna end up with, and so even this, I didn't get it perfectly, but you can see the level of detail maybe. And then we'll go even smaller. The smaller they are, the easier they are to manage. And also I'm going to switch to a smaller hammer because I almost want the precision. So there's that one. So shiny. can't hardly see. Now I'm gonna show you doing letters. I do a lot of letters for several of my projects. So this is just the letter A. Again, it's got some place to face me. The letters are, the information on the stamp is gonna face me, and I'm going to, once again, I get one hammer stroke, that's it. And this is for a period or little dots. It's very sharp, and actually it will go through even something like 16 ounce. And so I'll show you, this is even a lighter tap. Did you see how much lighter and faster I was? And even that was still a perfect transfer of a dot. So that's it. That's kind of, it takes time and practice to figure out what hammers you want to use, and also the amount of power it takes. You need more power to transfer more and bigger pieces, and you need less, like the smaller the surface area, the less power and the less hammer you need. So that's it. It's just super, super simple. It's nothing crazy. And again, I'm gonna put where I get the stamps from down below. I know a couple of you have asked about where I get my my sheet metal, and it's all local. It's all here in Wisconsin, so I don't know whether or not they ship, but I'm guessing the shipping would be astronomical. The best thing for you to do is to see if you can find a place that has, that sells metal by the sheet where you are, because it's gonna just save you so much on shipping. That's all I have for you today. Don't forget that I have a handful of spots left on workshops here in my copper workshop in Wisconsin. That for 2024, I only offer a few every year, and they all only have up to 5 seats available. So I know a few are mostly full, some are not yet. And find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram under House Copper, pick up copper, iron, and clay, and don't forget to share the channel. Thank you so much for joining me again here in the Copper Shop, and I will see you next time.